next our new chapter is dielectrics. So dielectrics are also known as insulators, right? So dielectrics cannot consume the electricity self, and it is only used to produce the electricity. Faraday is the first who introduced this dielectrics. Faraday introduced the topic dielectrics. Right? So here dielectrics does not consume the electricity self. Why means in dielectrics electrons are bounded together. In dielectrics electrons bound tightly to the nucleus of the atom. For example, mica, glass, etc. So, due to the electrons are tightly bounded, it does not consume the electricity itself, but it is used as to produce the electric field. So, this topic was first introduced by the scientist Faraday. So, he introduced the topic dielectrics as slab material. Slab dielectric material which is placed between two parallel plates. Two parallel plates of condenser. Then the potential is greater when compared with without the slab. So here Faraday used this dielectric slab material is placed in between the two parallel plates. When he used this slab in between the two parallel plates, the potential is greater, and he compared the potential without slab and with slab. That means when he used this dielectric as a slab in between the parallel plates, the potential is high. So here by that reason he said that dielectrics, due to the electrons are tightly bounded, it does not never conduct self, it is used to produce high efficiency. Right? How many types it gets efficiency means it increases potential of condenser and it can fit in small place in between the parallel plates. It can occupy the small separation in between parallel plates. and it increases the capacitance of the capacitor. It increases the capacitance of the capacitor. So right. So dielectrics are also known as insulators. It cannot conserve itself. That means it cannot conduct itself. Then it is used to produce the efficiency. How means it increases the potential of the condenser and it occupies the small separation in between the parallel plates and it increases the capacitance of the capacitor. Why it never conducts self means in dielectrics electrons are tightly bonded to the nucleus of the atom. Next, dielectrics are of two types. Non-polar and polar. Right? In an atom we have positive charge and negative charge with equal amplitude, right? So here in non-polar, positive charge coincides with negative charge due to symmetricity. Right? In non-polar, positive charge coincides with the negative charge due to symmetric shape. And it has zero dipole moment. Right? In polar dielectrics, positive charge does not coincide with negative charge. Right? In an atom, we have positive charge and negative charge with equal amplitudes, and according to dielectrics, we have two types, that is non-polar and polar. In non-polar, positive coincides with negative due to symmetric shape, and it has zero dipole moment. Next, in polar, positive does not coincide with negative charge, and it has dipole moment. For example, here we consider CO2. That means here C plus O minus. Plus minus plus minus. That means the dipole moment direction is like this. Then dipole moment equals to P1 P2. P1 minus P2 equals to 0. This is the one of the example of non-polar dielectrics. And in polar dielectrics, we take the example H2. Right? For H2O, we consider H like this and O, 2O. H plus O minus. Right? So it is the common point, right? So then we get the dipole moment like this. Then P equals to 0 here, P1, P2. Then P equals to P1 plus P2. Right? Next, in dielectrics we have polarization. So one of the topic is polarization. So what is polarization means? The phenomenon of converting Non-polar into polar is known as polarization. So the phenomenon of converting non-polar into polar is known as polarization. Right? Next, this is dielectric polarization. Next, we are going to study dipole moment, because the two parts of the dielectrics are non-polar and polar. In non-polar, dipole moment is 0, and in polar we have a dipole moment. So for that reason we discuss dipole moment. So what is dipole moment? Right? So in order to express the dipole moment, we consider the uniform field. So here positive charges are embedded one side and negative charges embedded and another side. So we consider two charges, here minus Q and here plus Q. Right? So we know that opposite charges are attract together. Same charges are repel each other. So the positive charge of the positive charge will attract towards negative charge. That means the direction of this positive charge is like this, and this direction of the negative charge is like this. Right? Then the distance between the two charges is taken as R. Right? Then here the field is E, that means electric field strength. Electric field strength. So moment means especially momentum we are referred to as turning effect. Right? So if any charge have any turning effect in the taken field, then we are considered that charge has momentum. Right? So moment means turning effect. Here the positive charge of momentum is like this, and the negative charge has in momentum is in like this. These are in opposite directions. Right? Next, that means momentum means torque. The force acts on this positive charge is QE, and the force acts on this negative charge is also QE. Then torque equals to force into distance between them, that is QE into R. This is the torque of the given medium. This is the torque of the given medium. Right? So is there any characteristics for torque means? Let us discuss that. For suppose here we take plus Q. If we take 2Q, what is the torque? For example, if we take 2Q, then the distance between them is R. Then here force is 2QE, 2QE. Right? Then torque equals to 2QE R. If we consider this charge as half Q, right? Then torque equals to half QE. By these examples, what we understand that is, if the distance and the charge is large, then the torque is also considered, then the torque we obtained is also large. If the charge we taken is large, then the torque is also charge. Hence, we take the charge, large charge, then it is typical to move. Then we take the less charge, then it is easily stopping. We can easily stop this. But at a higher charge, because the stopping process is typical to stop, right? So torque is based on the charge and the distance between them, right? So if we take the highest charge, then the stopping process takes long time. If we take the less charge, then it takes less time to stop it. Okay, right? Next, here our aim is to consider dipole moment. So let us consider it is the midpoint of these two charges, and this part is L, this part is L. Then dipole moment is represented by capital P. So here dipole moment is taken as charge into length plus charge into length, then 2ql. This is the dipole moment, and torque is the force acting on the charge into distance between them. Then this torque depends upon the how we take the charge. That means if the charge is larger, then then the turning moment, if we stop the turning moment, it takes much time. If we take less charge, it can easily stop it. So torque depends upon the charge, force and distance. While later that dipole moment here, charge and its length, and its length. So we obtain P equals to 2ql. This is about dipole moment, right? Next,